is vicious, and I'm delicious.
Yes.
So, Happy New Year's!
Yeah!
Yes, sir, we are back in business. Well, as far as New Year's is
Back in
concerned.
business as far as New Year's spectacular specials is concerned. Yeah, the last one we did was 2019, so that was
Well,
3 years ago? Almost 4?
just right, yeah.
Boy, how time does fly. You know, the pandemic had a lot to do with that, but, you know, it was what it was. Now, we're back together. Back together for a New Year's special.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, normally I'd have a better setup, but
Meh.
yeah, exactly. Anyways, whatever. It's gonna be a hell of a year. And a hell of a show, I should say.
Hell of a show. A lot to talk about. Now, we may not cover every single thing from all the promotions,
Right.
but we'll cover as much as we can. And I really think, though, the biggest news to talk about is, of course, the retirement of Vince.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. Actually, fuck it. Let's start with WWE.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the beginning of the year was pretty good,
Yeah.
and yeah, there was not too much I could say about that. I think the Royal Rumble was okay. It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the best. It wasn't bad, I should say, but
Like, it wasn't the greatest, it wasn't the worst, it was kind of... it was passable. I don't want to say mediocre, because it wasn't mediocre, it was...
no,
it was good for what it was.
exactly. And I think that too. The thing that was really groundbreaking, and we'll get to that too,
Right.
was having Mickey James come back.
Yes. There was the whole thing where she had came back, was in with WWE for a little bit. I think she had a few matches,
Yeah.
and then she was mainly doing commentary on Main Event, was it?
Yeah, I guess.
And then she had got let go, and there was the whole kerfuffle with
The trash bag
her
stuff.
getting, you know, them sending her stuff in a trash bag, and then, you know, she goes to Impact, crushes it on Impact again, kills it on Impact, had the Knockouts Championship, and then got an invite to participate in the Women's Royal Rumble last year, I'll call it now. And, you know, not only being a representative of Impact with the championship, but, you know, coming out to her hardcore country theme,
Yes.
and, you know, wearing the cowgirl hat and the jacket with the frills on it. It's like, good on WWE for bringing her back and letting her be a part of the Women's Royal Rumble, and also good on them for, you know, letting her use her new theme, if you want to call it that. I mean, she's had the theme song for a number of years now, but, like, allowing her to use that theme for her entrance into the Women's Royal Rumble was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's, you know, a lot of people are gonna shit on things because they're like, well, they call it the Impact title, or the Knockouts title. They didn't call it the Impact title. And I was like, who cares, really? She brought the Impact Knockouts title to the World Wrestling Entertainment. And just watching the recent episode of SmackDown,
Right.
I don't know if you watched it, but Michael Cole, mentioning the passing yesterday of,
Don West.
yes,
Yes, Don West has passed. He succumbed to his battle with lymphoma.
yeah,
So it's good on them for referencing, talking about that and bringing that up. You know, I think, as a custom for the Wheels of Fury, we do when somebody passes away. It's only fitting.
it's only the beginning.
I know, it's only the beginning.
But, yeah, brother.
So drink.
Yeah.
And I brought with me
What's the liquor of the day? Ooh.
the Weiser's special blend that my man here gave me for Christmas.
Yep. Good whiskey. Good whiskey. So I figured Killer Kyle would love it.
Your man was telling me that this is one of his favorite whiskeys.
Yes. So, yeah, when I first watched TNA or Impact, you know, it was one of those things where the main two guys was Mike Tenay.
Mike Tenay and Don West.
Yes.
Yeah, they did commentary for TNA for many, many years. And then Don West ended up moving over to, I can't remember what the title was,
Yeah.
but it had something to do with their website. I think it was like merchandise, something to do with merchandise in the TNA or their website. And then, of course, he got diagnosed with lymphoma.
Yeah.
They did have him come back and do commentary for, what was that event? It was Don West and another guy did commentary. I can't remember the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, long time TNA commentator. Become great friends with Mike Tenay. And yeah, so with that, to Don West, to his family, to his friends, colleagues, people that knew him best. My thoughts are with you, my prayers are with you. Don West was a hell of a man, a hell of a character. He really, him and Mike Tenay were amazing on commentary.
Yeah.
Just the emotion that the two of them had on commentary together, and the chemistry they had was, I would say, up there with easily JR and the King, or how Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon.
Bobby Heenan, Gorilla Monsoon, Stan Lane, Gorilla Monsoon.
Right.
You know, Gene Okerlund and Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah.
Or Vince McMahon and Mr. Perfect. The list goes on and on.
Vince and Jesse Ventura.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, the list goes on and on and on, so may you rest in peace, Don. We love you. We'll miss you.
Rest easy, my man. Yeah. Ooh. I told you.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, and I think that the Royal Rumble was good. You know, you lead into the whole thing with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
This was Roman Reigns' second year as, well, at that time, the Universal Champion.
Yes.
So, naturally, we had to have you one,
Mm-hmm.
and we had to have Brock Lesnar demolish everybody and
Yeah.
somehow become the #1 contender
Yeah.
for the Universal Championship, which would have been fine, but he also challenged for the WWE Championship, and I was obviously dead set against it
Yeah.
based on the past WrestleMania experiences that they've had.
Yeah.
But I think that this was one of their better WrestleManias.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Roman went over. Blah blah blah.
And like Roman has been on a tear as undisputed Universal Champion. I mean, as it stands right now, well, as of last night,
Yeah.
845 days as champion and counting.
Yeah.
Now there is talk, and I think Matt and I mentioned this in a Facebook Live. I think before Matt went to his parents for Christmas, that they are maybe planning. Well, there's two things I've heard.
Right.
One was they're planning on having Roman drop one of the titles to somebody, and then so either the WWE Championship, the Universal Championship, whichever, and then split up the championships again, or they're going to create a new championship for Raw.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that too. And I mean, look, it's fine for what it is. It's just, and I said this before, 10 years ago, when you had the Undisputed Championship, it was always The Rock or Triple H. It doesn't even matter. If they were the champion, they would be able to go to Raw and SmackDown.
Yes.
Because they had the brand split. But,
Mhm.
unfortunately, for some reason that fell off, and we had to bring back the World Championship.
Yeah.
Which is fine, I get that. But, at the same time, it makes a lot more sense to have one main champion in each wrestling organization.
Mhm.
You know?
I think if they're going to have a new championship for Raw, also have one belt for the Unified Championship, the Undisputed Championship.
Yeah.
So that way you have whatever championship they're going to have for Raw, and then have the Undisputed Championship on SmackDown.
Yeah. Because Roman holding two belts is stupid, in my opinion. I mean, fucking everyone's doing it. You got Samoa Joe doing it. You had Becky Lynch doing it a
Yeah.
couple years ago.
You had Seth Rollins do it.
Yes. You're not Ultimo Dragon, bud.
Yeah,
So,
but Ultimate Dragon would have fucking 7, 8, and 10 titles at once.
like him and Austin Aries, I mean, it's just, I don't understand it. I understand that, yes, you've accomplished all of that, but there's no reason to keep carrying those titles to the ring every time you wrestle.
That's probably why Paul carries them, so he doesn't have to carry them around.
And,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, he'll do the whole entrance where he holds them up, but
Mhm.
mainly Paul's the one that holds them and carries them.
But also, you have to take in the fact that you've got the Usos
Yes.
holding 2 titles each, which is also stupid. So eventually, I want to see one title, just one title for each person.
One undisputed championship and one set of undisputed tag team titles.
Yes.
And if you want to have, come up with another set of tag team titles for Raw or for SmackDown, whichever the fuck, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You can do that. But like, Roman really only wrestles when it's either a big pay-per-view, or it's like a, what you could say, a big match like last night. Okay, you had Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens and John Cena. So no, it wasn't a match for the championship, but it being John Cena coming back and having one match, it's like, okay, that it made sense. And after SmackDown went off the air last night, John gave a in his entrance, he thanked everybody for 20 years in WWE and what have you. And then afterwards, he was like, I want to thank the people that were in the ring with me tonight and, was on this journey with me for 20 years, and thank the fans for 20 years in WWE. And, initially he wrestled quite regularly. And then when he started getting really heavy into making movies, he would come back at some point during the year,
Yeah.
and have at least one match through in the year. And it's been, a trend for, I'll say, almost 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since what, 2015?
Yeah.
2017, somewhere in there? That he would at least have one match
Oh, right, yeah.
with, they come back for one match. And it's like, this year, he almost didn't have a match in 2022, but like, the last SmackDown
Mm-hmm.
before the new year, like, alright, let's have John come back, do a tag team match, and,
Yeah.
get in that one match.
Well, and that's the thing that I was impressed with. And I mean, when you see a wrestler come back that hasn't been in a WWE for fucking ever, they're slower, I don't even know how you put it, but like, John Cena is 44 years old, and he is...
45.
Oh, really?
Because when they had his, the 20th anniversary for him
Yeah.
on Raw, he said when he debuted, when in 2000, was it June of 2002?
Yeah, something like that.
He was 25.
Oh, wow.
So 20 years, yeah, he's 45.
Okay. Well, anyways, he still moves like he's 25.
Oh yeah, John can still fucking go.
He's got that energy,
Oh yeah.
So, that's cool. But, look at WrestleMania. Very, very good matches on the show.
Mm-hmm.
You have Stone Cold Steve Austin have a surprise match with Kevin Owens, which we didn't even know if, honestly, he could still do it.
Mm-hmm.
Much respect. I'm still a huge Stone Cold Steve Austin fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think that he really wanted to wrestle or anything like that. I know that he had somehow got into shape for the WrestleMania, so to have the match that they did, and by the way, with all the neck issues he's had and everything, he took a couple bumps.
Yeah, he took a couple pretty good bumps. And I mean, for what it was, it was Stone Cold-esque.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there was the one suplex on the floor and they were fighting in the crowd and whatever, but like it was what you would say your typical Stone Cold offense. Boots on the corner, punches, this, that, and the other thing, and then finish it off with a stunner.
Yep. Stump a mud hole in you and walk it dry.
Hell yeah.
But then you have, Vince McMahon coming out after Austin Theory's match with Pat McAfee. And, I will give him credit. He still looks good for his age.
They're still in pretty good shape. I mean, he's nowhere near the shape he was in, in the 90s, but he's still in relatively good shape. For, 75, 70.
Yeah.
However fucking old that man is by now.
But you want to talk about the scandal from Vince and Kennedy McMahon and the whole thing where he was forced to retire.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. And it was like, and I hate to say it, but it was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
You have someone like Paul Levesque, Triple H, who took over, because he's the son-in-law, whatever. He's the guy who basically is running the show, and people really fucking love to come to work now.
Yeah. And this is something I thought of. Okay, you've got Triple H as chief directing officer.
Yeah.
And you got Stephanie and Nick Khan as co-CEOs.
Right.
You can bet your fucking ass if what went down with Shane at the Rumble and him getting fired.
Yeah.
How did it went down? It would be him and Stephanie as co-CEOs,
Right.
and Hunter as probably still in the spot as chief directing officer.
Yeah, just watching one of the guys from What Culture just demolish that whole thing at the Royal Rumble. I mean, Shane, I really wanted that to work.
Yeah.
I really wanted Raw Underground to work.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was the shits.
Yeah.
So, yeah, coming back at the Rumble wasn't really a good call for that, but it is what it is.
I mean, there wasn't necessarily anything wrong with having him involved with the Rumble. It was just he was decided to be a fucking asshole and get into a disagreement over what position he should have went out in. I think he was wanting to go out before Edge or after it or something like that, whatever the fuck it was.
Right.
Then he ends up getting let go. And I said this before, and I'll say it again. I'm sure it was Vince that did the dirty deed, so to speak, and I commend Vince for doing that. That shows you that he don't give a fuck whether you're his kid or not. You do something stupid, guess what? Hit the bricks.
Yeah. No, 100%. And that was bullshit. And you know what? It's kind of like, and it's too bad. Like, I've seen interviews with Shane, and he just seems like a smarmy, arrogant prick.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably would too if I was a fucking billionaire. But I mean,
Like, yeah, he's got a lot of money through WWE. I'm sure he's gotten mega money through the U-Shoot business he's got. But, like, even though he's, got a lot of money, you're still a McMahon. You have a standard to uphold as a McMahon. And even being a position of authority with that company, you have a reputation to uphold, and I think that reputation maybe got to his big head, and he thought he could, you know, boss people around, and Vince was like, you think so? Yeah, fuck you, get out.
Pretty much, yeah. But anyways, so like back to WrestleMania, because you had Seth Rollins wanting the match. They said, okay, we got an opponent for WrestleMania.
Well, it was like, I want a match for WrestleMania. It's like, okay, you win this match, you're in. 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 Failed all those attempts.
Yeah.
Then he goes and he kicked the crap out of some people, officials, security, whatever the hell it was. Meets up with Vince in his office at the headquarters and like, alright, gonna give you a match at WrestleMania, but I'm not gonna tell you who your opponent is. And there is some speculation and some rumors about who it would be. You head into WrestleMania, Seth makes his entrance, and who's his opponent? And you have the return of Cody Rhodes. And of course, as the American Nightmare, which as it should have been.
That was another groundbreaking thing for WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Because had he come back as himself or dashing Cody Rhodes, I doubt he'd come back as Stardust, although he did make a reference during
Yeah, the
this match.
cartwheel.
Yeah. He had to come back as the American Nightmare. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, unfortunately, last year's last episode of Dynamite, you know, winning the TNT title, and then, I guess, bully pushing it or whatever happened.
Yeah.
So, him coming back after all this time, and then having the speech on Raw about how his dad, he had won the championship, but it was disqualification, so he didn't want to honor that.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, you know, Cody got injured.
Yeah.
He shows up in Hell in a Cell with his pectoral muscle bruised.
Oh, he was just bruised all over his chest and his arm. Still gave a fucking hell of a performance.
This guy earned a lot of people's respect.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, I liked him before, but holy shit, this guy had a lot of respect shown.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have to do another shot for Cody. Because, god damn it, I know he'll be back.
Oh, there's something I've had in mind. What the hell? I'll get into that now. So there's something I've had in mind for a little bit, at least. For a little bit. I have a feeling, I'm not sure how on track Cody is as far as his recovery is concerned, but I have a feeling he'll be back either by the Rumble or maybe WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, and apparently, if the rumor's right, where they're only going to have 2 belts, The Rock is going to show up and challenge Roman. Yeah, okay. But I think Cody Rhodes will show up at the Rumble, he will win, and he will go on to become the champion. Like he should.
Yeah.
You know, his first run in the WWE was not good.
No.
It was okay, but it was not good.
Yeah, it was okay, but it wasn't great.
So, that being said, to the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
You're one tough son of a bitch.
Oh yeah.
To partially tear your pectoral muscle and then completely tear your pectoral muscle just working out in the gym and then still go through with the match and go. That match went at least 20 minutes, I think.
About
15, 20 minutes, somewhere in there. Man, you earned a lot of people's respect that night, brother.
Hell yeah.
You earned it. This one's for you.
So we got under that. WrestleMania was good. Backlash was good. You have SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything in between I'm missing, we'll probably talk about that. But
Yeah.
you head into SummerSlam. Yeah, Cody got injured. Okay. We had to have another match with Roman and Brock, and I know I made my bones about that.
Yeah.
Cool. Whatever. This is the point where Vince left. So the company changed. There was a new. It was like something new was in the air.
I don't think Vince had left at that point.
Oh, really?
It was after.
Oh. Regardless, that main event. Oh my God. If there's one match that you have to cap off your rivaling with, that.
That was the one.
But not only that, you had the return of Bailey.
Yeah, well, had that match with Brock and Roman. That was nuts.
Yep.
And you had a match with Bianca and Becky for the championship. Bianca retained. And then you had the return of Bailey. And then you had the returns of Dakota Kai and Io Shirai.
Yes.
Of course, they became Damage Control, and they're the tag. Well, Dakota and Io are the tag champions right now. They changed Io's name to Io Sky, but whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
don't matter. But yeah, and it's funny, because I think we talked about this. It was either when we did the SummerSlam play-by-play, or maybe it was after. Okay, you had the return of Bailey at SummerSlam this year. Then, Io and Dakota. And it was 2021 when you had the return of Becky.
That's true, yes. Yeah, So, I mean, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the thing, and it's one of those. Okay, so Io and Sky, Io and Dakota come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bailey come back, obviously. But then it gets better, because then you have the return of Johnny Gargano. Then you have the return of Braun Strowman. Then you have the return of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, on the trend of returns, and this, once Vince made it known that he was retiring, and find out that Triple H is in charge, and so Stephanie and Nick Khan, the return list has been aplenty. Johnny Gargano, Braun Strowman, Dexter Lumis, Tegan Knox, Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Recently. Who else? Can't think. There's been several. But on to finish what I was saying,
Oh, right.
I have a feeling, depending on how far away Cody is from returning, he will more than likely return at the Rumble. Somebody else that could return maybe for the Rumble, we'll see, Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't really heard anything. I'd heard that he was in discussions with, was it neurosurgeons as far as his back was concerned?
Yeah.
But I haven't really heard anything as far as him actually undergoing surgery. But depending on where he is, health-wise, he might return at the Rumble. Who knows?
Yeah.
Something else I've had in mind with the new faction and impact of the design with Diener, Big Con, and Alan Angels, and there's been Nikki Cross. Christ, I've already only had 2 shots and I'm drunk. No, just kidding. Nikki Cross doing these drawings on, a wall or on the floor or whatever with like sidewalk chalk and talking in like riddles. I have a feeling at some point, I'll say within the next year coming up, we are, well, a few hours away, but more than likely, you will see at some point, like I said, within the coming year, sanity back.
Fucking right. Because, and I said that before, when they broke up, it was just too bad. It really was. It was a missed opportunity. But I understand that, you had to have them go to different places. And I know Eric Young had a great career in TNA Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
And, coming back, being the world-class maniac again.
Yeah.
The guy is fucking gold.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's Big Dano and Alexander Wolf, which
Yep.
just his name somewhere in the other independents, but you have to have them come back. Fuck, bring back Fulton.
You could, yeah.
That would be awesome. All these factions, and then you have the Wyatts. There's another guy that came back. By the way, watching SmackDown and getting a closer look at Uncle Howdy,
Yeah.
you can see the shape of his face. I don't know why he's wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It could really be Bo Dallas.
The thing is, like, I saw somebody talking about this a little while ago, and it's like, okay, we were talking about how the mask was different, and it was. When they were doing the whole thing on the screen, Uncle Howdy appeared. He was like in a full mask with like long blonde hair and like the teardrop and the mustache and whatever. This mask didn't cover the mouth. It was just like the upper portion of the face. Long-ish hair and a long, thick, gray beard. Well, I'm sure Bo Dallas isn't fucking old enough to have a gray fucking beard.
It's probably around my age. Doesn't matter.
So, if it's not Bo Dallas, could it maybe be Vinny Marseglia?
Yeah, you know what? It could be. I don't know.
Because we were talking about him and Dutch
Yes.
in the crowd at the recent NXT show.
True.
So it could have been him. Although this Uncle Howdy character, and I think there's also maybe a new character,
Yeah.
Uncle Harper.
Yes.
So maybe that, rest in peace to Brody, or
John Huber, doesn't matter.
John Huber, Luke Harper. Anyways, maybe that character that the Sister Abigail and Bray was Uncle Harper, maybe?
Yeah.
We'll have to wait to see in the upcoming weeks.
It almost looks like Alexa Bliss is gonna go back to that way again.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, because it's called the Wyatt Six, you know, the 1960s pop group, but I'm assuming it'll be Bo Dallas, Bray Wyatt, Vinnie Marcel,
Mm-hmm.
Liv, and Alexa.
Okay, wait. Bray,
Wait, yeah.
Vinny, Alexa, Liv. What else did you say? Bo. That's only 5.
That's only 5. Yeah, there was some.
Unless they have Dawson involved too.
Well, yeah.
Somehow.
If he shows up, if he did show up in the picture with Finny, then I'm assuming that that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So,
One thing that I saw being hyped up, if you will, I don't know if it's been confirmed yet. It'll probably be confirmed within the coming weeks.
right.
Bray and LA Knight are going to have a pitch black match at the Rumble.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know they're having a match. That's kind of weird, but okay.
Who knows what this match will entail if it's brought up.
But see, here's another guy, LA Knight,
Mm-hmm.
coming to NXT before he was Eli Drake. Before that, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Comes in, he goes to SmackDown as Max Dupree. Bullshit.
And that was short-lived.
Well, and again, I think that's what happened when Vince left. It was like, no, this does not feel right at all.
Yeah.
So, turns on the maximum male models
Mm-hmm.
and becomes LA Knight again.
Yeah.
Now, we also have another guy that was in Impact Wrestling, made his way to NXT. Of course, he didn't have a very good run when he showed up on Raw, Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
So, there's that. He's with Scarlett again,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, I can't wait to see what his future will be like next year.
Mm-hmm.
So,
For sure.
like, champions that I could see, Cody Rhodes, Karrion Kross, maybe Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
I mean, the possibilities are endless there.
Oh, absolutely.
So, in NXT, I've been trying to keep up with this year. I've had a good idea about the matches. Deadline was good.
Yes.
Halloween Havoc was good.
Mm-hmm.
There's the whole bullshit with Mandy Rose. Now
Yeah.
she's not there no more, but she's rich.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that sucks. But, there's some good talent there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Schism.
Yes.
The Tony D'Angelo's group broke up, or it's just him and...
Well, there was him and Stacks and Two Dimes.
Yeah.
Then Two Dimes ended up going over to, I think, AEW.
Yes.
So now it's just D'Angelo and Stacks.
Yeah. So...
There's a guy that I have a feeling they've gotta throw a strap on him at some point. Fucking D'Angelo.
Oh, they will. I was thinking about also Santos Escobar. I mean, there's a team that comes over to NXT. We all know Santos as El Fantasma
El Heel del Fantasma, yeah.
and AAA. He comes in, he wrecks house. He
also had quite a good run in Impact too.
right, yeah. He's got a little Mendoza, and
Joaquin Wild.
yep. So I mean, they're on SmackDown. They got Zelina Vega back.
Yes.
You know, with up the fake British accent bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's one thing that I had brought up to Matt. I think maybe we talked about it in like a Facebook Live. But that's one thing that went well, but like it's almost as if they didn't know how far to take it and what the fuck to do with it.
the whole King of the
King.
Ring.
King was in Queen Zelina.
Bringing back the King of the Ring was a good idea.
Yeah.
But, you know, things look good on paper, but when you actually present it, it's almost like making Wade Barrett or William Regal the king. It only lasted for a few months, or hell, maybe even a year.
Yeah.
We just, you know, go all the way to Bret Hart, Harley Race,
Yeah.
Junkyard Dog,
Mhm.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't last very long.
No.
So, you could have scrapped the idea, well, you still could have.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so, also you have the Ring of Honor Women's former champion, I should say, and Roxy
Yes.
Sanchez, the youngest superstar in WWE.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, I think, honestly, the youngest was Sean Waltman
I think so, yeah.
back in the day. I don't remember really seeing a teenage wrestler in WWE that wasn't a jobber.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, this was a pretty good year for WWE,
Oh, yeah.
and it's gonna get better.
Oh. Something I just thought of that I think we should talk about. We talked about it quite a bit, but I think we really should talk about it a little more in depth right now.
Yeah.
Survivor Series, War Games.
Oh yes.
That was stellar.
Yeah. Yes. You know, once again, Triple H, you know, being that guy. He has War Games on NXT, brings it to the main roster, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very good show.
Yes.
And that's the thing, you know. War Games was the WCW brainchild. And I think that because I wasn't a fan of WCW, you know, but looking at the matches later on and thinking, what a cool concept.
Oh, yeah.
And then finally coming to NXT, it was like, fuck, that is amazing.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm not sure if this is going to be every year. I know that
Could
this
be.
year, yeah, you know what? It very well could be. Because it's almost like, yeah, it's War Games, but it's also old school.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You look at 1988 to like whenever the last like Survivor Series match was,
Yeah.
you know, it's almost the same thing. No, it is the same thing,
Yeah.
just in a different form.
Pretty much.
So, I mean, when your brother, who doesn't like WWE anymore, is starting to watch it again,
That tells you something.
yes. So, anyways,
You know, and with Triple H in charge now, sky's the limit as what will come down the pipe next.
yeah,
More returns, new ideas, fresh ideas. You know,
hell yeah.
only time will tell what will happen next.
Yeah. Let's talk about, even though I didn't necessarily pay much attention to it this year, Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, still, it's been pretty good. There's been the whole thing with Mickey James and One Last Rodeo, and it's culminating with her and Jordan Grace at Hard to Kill. Yes, Jordan Grace is the Impact Knockouts champion again. So, it's either, and the deal has been, Mickey loses a match, she's done, she'll retire.
Yeah.
But so far, she's, flourished, and she even said, I want one last crack at the title, and if I don't get it, I'm done. I will retire. I will leave. So it's all come down to this. Jordan Grace and Mickey James. Win or go home, literally.
Pretty much, yeah. But, yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I think that she's not old enough to retire myself.
I think she's only maybe mid-40s, I'll say.
Yeah,
Something like
I'd
that.
say 43. Because she was born in 79. So,
79, 89, 99, 2009, 2019. Yeah, well, let's just double check that here. Where is, there you are. Which phone? Let's see here. Nope. Where are you? Yeah, she's 43.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, John's. Yeah, like I said, John Cena's 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 43. Yeah, she's not quite to the age of retirement yet, but like that's. You can say that's how much she wants to be champion again. That she's willing to put her career on the line. Yeah. Either I become champion or I will walk away.
Yeah. So, you had the Final Fight design. Unfortunately, that had to disband. You have Joe Doring battling cancer.
Yes.
Brain cancer, which
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily know how that all starts. But
Yeah.
my thoughts are with him and his family.
Yes.
I know we just lost Don West. I
Yeah.
really hope that's not going to be the case with Joe Doring.
Yeah.
But, and then of course the disbanding of Honor No More.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of figured it wouldn't last that long. I
Right.
think that it sucks. It sucks because, well, once again, you have Ring of Honor that closed its doors, so to speak, last year. So you didn't know what to do with a lot of them. So you have Vinnie Marcel, Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, Maria Kanellis, Mike Kanellis. Sorry, Mike Bennett.
Mike Bennett, yeah.
So,
Kenny King.
yep. We also had the debut of Big Bill, William Morrissey, W. Morrissey, whatever. The Humans Clydesdale.
Yeah. It's funny how they, when he first came in, they were calling him, W. Morrissey. Then, for some reason, they started calling him Big Bill. And it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah. So,
I presume his name is William Morrissey.
yeah. Also, you have, I think, one of the best wrestlers of 2022 in Mike Bailey.
Oh, fuck yeah.
This guy, holy shit. Like, I just watched a match with him. I can't remember who he wrestled, but the moves that this guy can fucking do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have guys like him. You have guys like Steve Bradlin. You still got Sammy Callahan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's still a good program. I just haven't necessarily caught up with it lately.
Yeah.
So, I think once Eric Young may come back to WWE, I think that would be better. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, this guy is one of the best talkers in the business.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And he is one of the best villains.
Oh, absolutely.
So, you know, you have Misha Storff. Fucking sabotage my fucking video, why don't you? And like now, I have no choice but to edit some of this. But we have time.
Well, I mean, I don't really think we should go too much longer. We're almost at an hour as is. We're at 58 minutes and 20 seconds.
Oh yeah, but there's still time.
Yeah.
I mean, with Impact, it was just, you know, like, yeah, Misha and Jordan.
Yeah.
So, and we'll see what happens next year. I mean, we also had a lot of New Japan guys coming in.
Yeah.
So, by the way, look for Shinsuke Nakamura once again in Japan.
Yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Great Muta.
Yep. There was a picture that I meant to post, but lost the fucking thing. It was Shinsuke and Tomohiro Ishii. So, well, yeah, him. Anyways, the Stone Pitbull and the King Strong style.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but see, that's the thing too. You would never hear another promotion mentioned in WWE.
No.
You would never see the Impact title. You would never hear Carl Anderson as the never openweight champion.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's just it. So it's very cool. Hell, hearing Don West's name being mentioned, he never worked for WWE, so it's like, you know, that's the thing that makes a difference when somebody leaves. You know, you can finally relax and say whatever the hell you want.
Basically.
I guess, so. But, yeah, that's Impact.
Yeah.
So, guess we'll talk. Well, there's a lot to talk about with All Elite Wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Shit. And I mean, that's the thing too. It started off fine. You know, last year you had CM Punk return. And I thought, cool. One of my favorite wrestlers came back. Finally. And he's wrestling again. Of course, old habits die hard. He had to run his mouth. We made a fucking rant about it, so go watch it.
Yep.
But, yeah, we were right, unfortunately, and the whole thing happened backstage, and just one of those things where it's like, why?
Yeah.
You have all this talent, you just won the title, and this is the things that you give Tony fucking Khan.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know who, like, he had, you know, a great match for the championship against, I think it was Hangman.
Yeah.
And then, you know, at the media scrum, he just went off and was like, I don't know who the fuck pissed in his cornflakes. But I guess he decided, oh, this would be an appropriate time to air dirty laundry. And like, yeah, no.
Yeah, that was a shame. Once again, it's like, I'm not one to, like, when I'm a fan of something, I'm a fan for life, usually.
Yeah.
I don't have fads or whatever.
Yeah.
But the whole thing with CM Punk just left a fucking bad taste. Not only in my mouth, but I think everyone else's.
Yeah.
So, fuck him. But, regardless, I mean, yeah, you talk about double champions or triple champions in FTR,
Oh yeah.
you know, AEW Tag Team Champions, AAA Tag Team Champions, IWGP Tag Team Champions. You know, when Ring of Honor was bought by Tony Khan, Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. Which happened, you know, I think that, I don't know if that was a smart move or not.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Because, I mean, look, you have these guys that fucking needed a job, obviously. You could have just used them. Like, yeah, you could have just used them, whatever.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, and I think that you have the Ring of Honor Championship, the Television Championship, the Tag Team Championships, and yes, now that Athena is Ring of Honor Women's Championship, that'll be used in AEW a lot more.
I think so, yeah.
So, and then we don't talk about Cody. He had left. You know, the Blackpool Combat Club. I'm not saying that again. But William Regal making his debut, and I thought, oh, this is cool. And it was. But somehow something happened. I don't know what. But it was like he wasn't having any fun anymore. I don't know.
Something.
So there is this thing where he might go back to WWE, which is fine.
Yeah.
So they still call it the Blackpool Combat Club. Okay, cool. I think that, well, judging by Dynamite this past Wednesday, that was pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah. Oh, that was a really good show. That fucking 7 series match.
Oh yeah, the best of 7
Yeah.
with the Death Triangle and the Elite the Elite.
Yep. And then next week, you got, well, they're a Marvel thing.
Escalera and went to the ladder match for the Trios tag titles.
Yeah. So, that's fun. And I mean, that's the thing too. CM Punk wasn't the only one. Phil Brooks was not the only one that fucked himself over. You had the Young Bucks into it. You had,
Kenny Omega,
yeah.
Ace Steel, you know.
I mean, I'm sure they paid their price. I think Punk really put his foot in his mouth again, which is, you know, if he ever shows up again, I will be surprised.
Yeah.
I think you have to somehow put your ego aside, put your pride aside, man the fuck up, and, you know,
Do business.
do business. So, I mean, that's the thing. I understand that you want to do things your own way. You know, Hogan did that. But also, to a certain extent, Shawn Michaels did that. But thing is you do business when it's right. But see, Phil didn't want to do that. And it pisses me off that he had the chance to shine in another wrestling company and he just failed.
Like, he was off to a great start,
Yeah.
and then after that match where he got the championship back, he, you know, aired some dirty laundry and it went south.
Yes.
Now, I had heard that whenever CM Punk gets fully healed, which I'm sure he's probably not far from, probably more than likely, it'll be up to Tony Khan as to whether he wants to, you know, continue working with Punk or just let him go.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Tony Khan wants to let Punk go while he's still injured, which in my opinion is a smart move on Tony Khan's part.
Yeah. But a lot of good matches too in this year.
Oh yeah.
You know, yes, you had the whole flip flop thing with Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
You know, Jurassic Express is disbanded. Christian Cage turns, you know, whatever. Then somehow gets Luchasaurus to turn. But had a good cage match. You know, that was a good show. You know, and that's the thing that we will talk about in a minute too. Because I'm not saying we're not going to do the play-by-play anymore, but we have to talk about a better system,
Right.
I guess. I don't fucking know. But, yeah, it was a really good year. And I think, you know, another champion that I could see hopefully next year. I mean, I think he's ready, or he will be ready by at least the end of the year. Hook.
Hobbs?
Hook.
Well, yeah, well, Hook,
I mean, Hobbs is good too.
Hook is the FTW champion right now.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, in the future, I could see Hook being maybe TNT champion,
Right.
or, yeah, TNT champion, more than likely.
Yeah. And I mean, you talk about Ring of Honor, you know, bringing back a lot of those pay-per-views. You had Bobby Cruz, Todd Sinclair, you had CM Punk, and MJF in a dog collar match.
Yeah.
With CM Punk coming up to his Ring of Honor theme music.
Yes.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
So,
And yeah, the double dog collar match with FTR against the Briscoes.
yeah. So that was fucking amazing. I mean, we'll see what happens next year. But I think that, you know, fuck. Ruby Soho debuted.
Yeah.
You know, again, if she did better in WWE and they waited longer, because there was only a matter of time before Sarah Logan returned, and I mean, the Control Your Negative bullshit didn't go through. Thank fuck.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Final Battle last year, you had Adam Shearer you thought was going to debut at some point, maybe Impact or whatever. The Control Your Narrative didn't fall apart. You got Sarah Logan coming in back to WWE. You have Braun Strowman. So, I mean, you know, get the pieces together, finally. You know, but it is what it is. Ruby hasn't really done too much that's really stands out,
Yeah.
but
Had Control Your Narrative not flopped,
yeah,
who knows where that company, you could say, could have ended up. And who knows why it folded. Maybe it was money, maybe it was the rules people didn't like. Who the hell knows? The pay was shit. Who fucking knows?
yeah, it was. But yeah, so that was basically this year in wrestling.
Pretty much. I mean, there is more we could talk about, but like I said, to be able to cover every single thing from the main wrestling promotions we watch, I mean, it would take a while. Like, we've covered quite a lot.
Yeah.
And the time we've been doing this. And yeah, I'm sure there's lots that we've missed, but you know. You saw it, you know about it. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. anyways, I know this is another long video, giggity, but it's well worth it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it took us the fucking pandemic,
Yeah.
you know, doing our holiday special. We do this now, or,
Yep.
you know, New Year's Eve special. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, well, this year is gonna be cool. Well, of course, we're gonna bring back the Royal Rumble look back at
Yes.
series. We have 1988 when it all began,
Yep.
1995,
2002, and
Yes.
then 2021.
that's right. So, I mean, there's that. We have, obviously, Kill.
Hard to Kill, New Year's Evil, Royal Rumble.
Yes.
There's a lot coming down the pipe. Once the calendar turns over to January.
Yep. And then in February, well, March actually, is Revolution.
Yeah, February you have Vengeance Day.
Yes.
I'm sure gonna have Elimination Chamber,
Yeah.
and then we'll get through January and then worry about the rest when we get there.
Yeah. So, that being said, this is me, Matt, Killer Kyle, Wheels of Fury, New Year's Eve special. I really am so glad that we finally get to do this again after a long time.
Uh-huh.
So, yes, stay tuned for more. It's gonna be another good year. And, yeah, we're not gonna do another memorial thing like
Yeah.
done in the past because it takes too long and whatever, but we have lost a lot of good people in
Yeah.
the business of wrestling, celebrities, musicians, but this is to them as well.
Yes.
So, that being said, again, thank you for joining us,
Mhm.
and we will see you in the new year.
Yeah. Here's to an amazing year of wrestling, 2022, and an awesome year for 2023.
There's Throvia.
That's true of you.
Deuces.
Peace.